Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to Take 15 of Video Visions. Today, we're going to discuss Domain 3E on engaging our students in our live lessons and DBAs. This is Jack in real form. Come over here. There you go. Say hi again.
Hi.
You've seen him in pictures, but he has a day off today, so he thought he'd say hello. All right, thank you. All right, so we're thinking about engagement of our students. We want to make sure that we take into concern their student likes, hot topics that are happening nowadays in their age group, and we want to think about as many ways as possible to get them involved in the content at hand. There are so many pieces that fit into this element of Domain 3, so let's take a closer look at some ideas that will help you, and I'll be back soon. So when talking or thinking about our blueprint of success and the 3 steps of dreaming, planning, and reflection, let's look at what the instructor should be thinking, kind of the why behind the what. And I really like this quote at the bottom that talks about how student choice is more than simply picking a task. It's about owning the entire learning process. So many times we allow them to, fill out a graphic organizer or complete a problem, and we give them choice in their tasks at hand, but we want to make sure that we're doing things to involve them in that learning process from the beginning till the end of the live lesson. So when thinking and planning about our lesson, we want to make sure that we are creating challenging content. We are creating well-designed learning opportunities. We have evidence of student contributions and involvement throughout the live lesson in DBA. And then we want to make sure that our pacing of our learning opportunities is engaging. So it's not flowing too quickly for kids who have concerns. It's not going too slow for kids who can be, kind of accelerated. We just want to look at the fluidity of our live lessons. And we also want to think about making sure that students have choice in how they complete different tasks. So the dream transforms into reality when we talk about using ideas outside of Blackboard or in addition to. When we design significant learning experiences for our students, we need to focus on several things. So how they're learning the content, how they intrinsically care for the topic at hand, and then the integration and application of new knowledge and what that foundational knowledge they have that they can connect it to. So let's take a minute to look at this visual here. What happens when students are not engaged? How can we get them back on the right track? So those kinds of thoughts and questions need to pop into our brain, and we need to kind of focus and think about those while we're planning so that we can do the best we can when we're actually in the live lesson itself. Check out some of these great hyperlinks to some other great ideas that can be used to stimulate student engagement. If you're interested in anything else to get your kids involved in lessons and DBAs, please reach out for support. So let's take a look at some of the guiding questions that you can use when planning your amazing lessons. Are my students engaged in challenging learning opportunities? Have I scaffolded my instruction? Is there evidence of student contribution throughout the lesson? Have I planned for, fluid pacing of the lesson to provide students the time needed to engage with the content and reflect upon their learning? So many times we're allowing students to, go out and have guided notes with Google and things like that, or we're letting them watch a video, but we're not always giving them the time to come back and reflect on that or to take the time to write down their takeaways. So we want to make sure that we incorporate some of that kind of time in our live lessons. And also, lastly, are we allowing students choice in completing tasks and allowing them to serve as a resource to their peers? So when they complete some of those knowledge rating scales at the beginning of the live lesson, what is it that we're doing with those student experts who feel that they're confident on a certain topic? Are we utilizing them when we get to that topic and saying, hey, Kristen, I saw that you felt really confident about this. What can you add to this? Or how do you solve this problem? Those really will be helpful times to other students in the lesson. There are also really great examples of some strategy ideas. Take a peek at those. I know that the thought of gaming up your lessons doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone, but maybe a better way to look at it is implementing a theme throughout and sticking with it. There are so many great examples that teachers are currently using, so let me know if you'd like to meet up and chat about how you can use games and themes in your lessons or DBAs. Maybe you're interested in a choose your own adventure or an escape room. It all sounds like fun, doesn't it? So if you're interested in some amazing research on engagement and significant learning experiences, please visit the link at the bottom of this slide. Fink's taxonomy of significant learning really focuses in on online tools and activities to increase student engagement. It's kind of like he took Webb's depth of knowledge and Bloom's taxonomy and merged it into our virtual world. So many wonderful ideas on how to incorporate these great techniques into our instructional times. So please reach out if you'd like more information. So let's take a look at some of the great examples from your peers. So I only focused on 2 this week. On the left is a car themed lesson that looks like it came directly from like the Fast and Furious set. The kids will love looking at the diameter of car tires to see what makes certain cars go faster versus just looking at a circle and trying to figure out the diameter that way. This teacher spent a lot of time doing background research on different cars and their tire sizes because she knew that she would have some kids that will call her out if the numbers were not correct. So that just shows her passion and interest in making sure that these kids are getting content in an engaging way. The one on the right is based off of that Cash Cab game. Who remembers that show? So what a great way to get out of the old Jeopardy hump, but still use a game to liven up segment reviews. This was done where students can work individually, they can work with a partner, they can work as a group, to stay in that cab and earn as much cash as possible by answering the segment exam review questions correctly. What I really like is these teachers send out a slide set of all of the problems with breakdowns of how to solve them and tutorial videos after the fact. So if they don't, get to certain questions or they get kicked out of the cab for answering wrong, they're still going to have time and information to review before their segment exam. So I will pop back on my video. But I did just want to take a quick second and say thank you again for spending time with me and reviewing some of these great concepts. Begin thinking about which of these cool ideas you'd like to try. Reach out for any help you need. I'm always happy to help in any way I can. Thank you for spending some time with me. I thought I'd be able to say hello. Let me try again. Maybe it'll work now. There it is. So please check out all these videos and hyperlinks and resources under the Video Visions tab on my Google site. Till next time, my friends, hope you're having a fabulous week. Talk to you soon.